Tickets are still available for the next game. Purchase your tickets today. Visit the ticket counter for available games or sign up for season tickets.
We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and also free. If you have any issues, any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Rockets and sequel to 555. A number of our press releases will respond immediately.
Up next, the Pistons take. Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special, and we are honored, truly honored to be here on Martin Luther King Day, a special day, Greg, on the NBA calendar.
It is traditionally the games in Memphis and Atlanta, a chance to reflect and celebrate Dr. King. It's one of the best days of the season by far.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Holland is out there with Thompson. Then there's Jalen Duren. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's MP in at the 2 spot. And the 3 ball is good.
Yeah, and Cunningham there, able to shoot with his feet set. That's one he knows he can hit.
Now here's Van Vliet. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Over in the corner, Green puts up a 3. Thompson with the rebound. MP deciding where to go with it. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And Thompson kicks to MP. 5 on the clock. A 3 ball. Offensive rebound. And Duren slams it in.
Well, positioning and size win Duren the offensive rebound, which he then cashes in on.
Pass to Van Vliet. It's stolen by Cunningham. MP up top. Şengün covering. Here's MP. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Strong work down low from MP. He doesn't let aggressive defense throw him off his game.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still grown. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
Just 2 to shoot. Green. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Good evening, Kevin. I was able to talk with the Rockets head coach. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. Let's see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thanks, David. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And here at the midway point of the season, the perfect time to check out the rookie rankings. Who will be the NBA Rookie of the Year? Some great young players. You look at MP, well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
This is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
Well, no debate here. He's running away with it and looks poised for big things to come.
The Rockets with another miss.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Cunningham outside.
2 minutes.
MP outside. The kick out to Cunningham. MP passes to Thompson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Fires from deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Well, there's some recent news, and now on the phone we go to Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, what's going on?
Thanks, Kevin. Things are happening for New Orleans and the Pelicans front office as we get closer to the trade deadline. They got an adaptable combo forward in Jeremy Grant, and now he's added a lot to his repertoire offensively over the years, but hasn't lost any of that length and activity that first earned him a place in this league. Really, any team could use a player like Jeremy Grant.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Shepard's checked in for Houston. Detroit also making some changes. Beasley's checked in for Azar Thompson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for MP. And so, MP will bring it up for Detroit. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. On the court for the Pistons, inside for him, it's Harris and Duren. Sliding in at the wing spot, it's Ivy and Hardaway Jr. And it's MP in at the point. There's out of the rafters, he punched it in!
Are you kidding me? Oh, wow, that was a dunk contest level jam right there.
Adams with the screen on Ivy. Here's Whitmore. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Here's MP. Green with the rebound.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Smith sets the pick for Green. It's blocked.
Well, Duren making his physical presence known.
MP finds Harris. MP outside. Back to Harris. MP inside. Whitmore defending.
Readiness is so important, and the moment he saw his opening, MP was ready to attack.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Phoenix was outstanding. He scored 54 points, and that was a season high for him in scoring. It was a night to remember. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on, see if he can't replicate that performance.
Once Green gets inside, he has the body control to adjust to the defender there and finish.
The drive by MP.
Goodness. MP going deep in the bag with that one.
Rockets trail by 17. Now a timeout called by Houston. And joining us now by phone is... Insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. The three from MP connects again from distance.
Now claiming the mark for hitting the 5th most threes in a season. Wow.
A tremendous feat. It's incredible how he can control the game from the perimeter. Van Vliet wide open. Off target from three-point range.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
MP kicks to Holland. MP outside. From the arc.
Get there.
Who's got ball?
Driving to the basket.
Well, tonight has been the MP show. And guys, they have to keep it simple. Just keep feeding MP seeing him add to that point total.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now, MP. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet from deep.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Rockets trail by 20. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Break 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
That free throw good from Thompson. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Stewart's checked in for Detroit. Malik Beasley comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And so Thompson nails both of them. And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it. But it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good. Players, but they need a couple more stars.
Here's Brooks, following the basket by MP. Pass to Şengün. In the corner, it's VanVleet. A second chance effort. Şengün, no good. MP from deep. Got it! Oh, what a hit!
That is such a tough shot.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's an Energizer boost heading into the next quarter. You know he's got to be fired up.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Pistons on top, just dominating this one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center.
Let's hear it for the participant.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very...
These guys are playing with intensity. They're relentless on the boards, especially on the offensive end.
Second chance points, one of the many reasons they're blowing the lid off this thing. Now let's change gear. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew, with the second half.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
Yeah, they've been calling his number a lot, and he's been rewarding their trust.
Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Van Vliet. Sengun finds Green. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. MP outside. And the 3 off target. The Rockets really having a tough go here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, "I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win." Kevin?
Yeah, DA, it takes time, but nice to see his development. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Van Vliet with it, picked up by Thompson. Good D by Thompson.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Here's MP. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. You love to see MP just attack that rim. Young players, take note.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the... AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Van Vliet. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shoots. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Back to MP. Pass to Holland. Green against MP. The shot. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Now Brooks still scoreless. Van Vliet, right side. They kick it out to Green.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Şengün. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint. Really, right rebounding edge right now, massive.
Stan, I've always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story.
That is just a careless turnover.
Pistons. All reads checked in for Tobias Harris. And MP subbed in for Ivy. And here is MP. Oh, he just jams it right over Şengün. Wow!
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Isaiah Stewart. Dennis Schroeder is out there with MP. Then there's Paul Reed, and it's Beasley in at the small forward position. Now MP, following the three-point attempt by Dylan Brooks. Here's MP, kicks it out to Schroeder. It's stolen by Green. Goes up, and Green slams it in.
Oh, explosive energy from Green off the steal. Running the floor like no one can stop him from getting to his shot.
Now, here's MP.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the game. 6 on the shot clock. The fadeaway drains it from beyond the arc. MP. He's got 38 points.
That's a smart shot. I love seeing MP take the three in that situation.
For 3, Van Vliet. Rebounded by the Pistons. Stewart's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's stolen by Green. And Green slams it in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Detroit.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Now, here's Green. To the paint. Here's Şengün. And it's Reed pulling it down. On the wing, MP. .34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's rebounded by Şengün. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Houston. And Thompson kicks to Şengün. Pass to Van Vliet. Launches it. Again, Şengün missing. Here's MP, and he drives in, and MP throws it down.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. See you later.
Great win tonight, MP.